E kinde mathoth nyithindo kod rowere manyiri osebed ka ibambo koda wedegi, monywando wuonegi kaachiel koda nerni maggi, kendo bembo makamaendi nyalo kelo achiedh nade makoni kod kocha, kaachiel kuomgi en iye momondo kaachiel koda gamo tuoche. E kaunti ma Migori, achiedh nade makamaendi osebed ka ineno ka kendo nyithindo manyiri mantiere koda e kind higni 9 nyaka higni 18 ema koro itimo godo timbe anjao makamagi. Ripota marwa Joyce Oduor leronwa matut ewi wach makamaendi.
Nyadendi Lucy Esther maok nyinge maradiera podi paro gino manotimore ne tarik 15 dwe mar 2 higanieri, kendo chalne manaka gino manotimore odiochieng' manyoro. Lucy majahigni 11 osebedo kodaka e rescue center kuom thuolo mar dwe achiel koro tokane wuon mare ochocho ratiro mare kata obambe. Oparo gino manotimorene manomiyo owuok dala kendo koro odaka I Can Fly Rescue Center mayudore Nyamasare Village, North Kanyamkago e sub-county Mauriri e county ma Migori, kama nyithindo manyiri 76 sani odake tokane oresgi kowuok e lwet wedegi manochocho ratiro margi. Owacho ni wuon mare ne wuondore ni dong' chien koneno wang' jowi tok min mare dhi nindo gotieno, kendo kanyo ema wuon mare ne bambe kendo buoge ni kiko nyis ng'ata kata kiko nyis min gi gino mabende dhi mbele.
Niko hapa kwa sababu kuna kitu kilitokea nyumbani. Baba yangu alikuwa ananibaka. Alikuwa ananibaka wakati yani ilikuwa ni usiku. Mama naendaga kulala. So huyu mtu anadanganya eti ana watch TV. Alafu ananilazimisha tu.
Kata kamano jaklasa Achiedh Nade nochoko chir molero ne japuonj mare gino manetimore, kama bang'e japuonj noero nokao okang' makende mar tere e stesend obila kama Gambo, kama nondike statement mare, kama bang'e OCS ma kama Gambo notudore kod japuonj noero mar tere e rescue center.
One day nikamua tu nimwandikie mama barua. Nikamwandikia barua. Nikishamwandikia, so imekaa tu, nilimwandikia on Tuesday night. So akapata hiyo barua on Wednesday. So sikukuja saa ya lunch. Nilikuwa na assignment mingi, sasa sikukuja. Nikirudi kwake sasa jioni, akaniuliza hizo vitu zote niliandika ni ukweli. Nikamwambia ni ukweli. So penye ilikuwa usiku, kumbe mama alimuuliza baba. Sasa sijui alimuuliza aje, but aliniambia alimuuliza. Baba akanuna, ikafika on Thursday sasa. Sasa kama nampelekea maji kwa bafu aoge, alitangulia akaniuliza eti mimi ndo nilimwambia mama kitu kama hile. Alafu nikasema hapana. Akaniambia eti kama ni mimi niende nikatae, la sivyo hatutaelewana. Aliniuliza eti najua anafanya kitu kama hiyo na dada, lakini nikasiu mtu hapana. Lakini kuna the day niliwaona dada yangu amemkalia pajani, amemshika.
Liza maok nyinge maradiera majahigni 16 manitiere e form 2 e skund sekondari moro mayudore county ma Machakos bende no bambi kod jalno mowacho ni en kaka wuon mare, gino momiyo koro oluoro ahinya jogo machuo.
I came to I Can Fly Rescue Center due to the following reasons. First, my biological dad died in the year 2014. And Following his death, my mom got married to another man. The guy whom I used to call my dad, but then it was hard for me to call him my father. And so my stepfather, we lived with him. At first he was a nice person, and he treated us like his kids. But then after some years he started changing, and he started becoming drunkard. He could drink, come home late, beat my mom, beat us up, and we used to spend our nights maybe in the streets. By then we lived in Thika, Kiambu County. So I used to sleep in the streets, and I got used to it because it was his behavior. Every time he came home, he'll beat us up, and then, but it so happened that one day he came home drunk, and he found me in the house, and he raped me. And since she got well, I've just been hearing of her through the phone. I've never seen her actually. Don't know what she looks like by now, but I just hope she's fine. So my mother, I don't know what she's thinking of, because she's never made any attempt of finding the place I am, or maybe knowing how I'm faring on. Siblings, and my siblings, we are 5 in number, and the 4 siblings of mine, each of them have got a place. Some are in Kiambu, others are in Kisumu, and we are just scattered. I don't know.
Nyithindo ariyogo eko ginyiso picha mar sigana mar lit kod luoro ma nyithindo manyiri 76 mobambi odak godo kathoth gi ibambo kod wedegi. Kata obedo ni moko kuom nyithindo go eko ibambo kendo ok mak ich, Judy Auma ma ok nyinge maradier ma ja higni 17 to nomako ich tok kane wuon mare obambe. Founder kendo director mar I Can Fly Rescue Center, Mikai Gladwell Wanjiru, wacho ni gisetudore kod jogo ma kedo ne ratich nyithindo mar neno ni omaki kendo otwe jogo mabambo nyithindo. Mikai Wanjiku, mabende pod nigi lit e chunye kaluore kod kaka uncle mare nobambe, wacho ni nochako Rescue Center noero mondo okony nyithindo go eko manyiri mabende osebambi.
16 cases of girls who have the court cases going on, and among those 16 cases, most of them are defilement and rape. So our main thing is to protect these girls from being harmed, or to be so that they are not harmed anymore. So having a rescue center means we have a safe haven for them, whereby they can share with others their problems, they can be free, they can be away from those people who are hurting them. And once we win the case, we always try to get these girls back to their community or their relatives. It has not been easy because maybe most of the time we don't win the case, and that person who raped the girl is still at large. So it's not always easy for us to take that girl back to the community, because the rapist might decide to end the girl's life so that the case can just go down the drain. Sometimes we get cases whereby a girl was raped and she is already pregnant, and maybe the person who raped her is an unknown person who is baby positive, HIV positive, or maybe HIV negative. That's what we call unknown. And these girls need counseling and mentorship. So at our program we have different sections, we have different teamwork. We also have things like mentorship, counseling sessions, interactions, games. All these make sure that these girls are safe and they are at ease, and they are very comfortable inside and out, everybody outside there. It's always good to share whatever you know or whatever you feel, because you might save a life alongside your story. And for the government, or maybe for the children's department, for the sponsors, for the stakeholders, let's work together to make sure that we minimize the cases of the gender-based violence within our communities and also within our country at large.
Migori masani en HIV ambassador bende wacho ni nobambe koja higni 7 kendo koro ochung' motegno jiwo nyithindo manyiri mondo wuog oko kaponi ochoch ratiro margi.
I was defiled and I could not speak out. I had no one to share with. So I just want to be there for a young adolescent or a youth that is passing through something in our community or passing through something in our society, but haezi pata ule mtu mwenye anaweza share naye. And let's say it's advisable place una stay, at least if maybe for my case my aunt was not that person you could approach or that person you could talk to. It's advisable you be friendly with someone, maybe hata kama si in the same compound but hata jirani. Unajua, if I had someone that I was close to, I could have shared what happened na ningesaidika. And because of the silence, I'm now someone living with HIV virus. I'm now positive as a result of keeping quiet. Now the silent voice. That's where the sauti kimya is coming from. I want to be there for that someone that's passing through something in a society, but I easily come out and speak, and say what's happening.
That's it.
To him, the last thing I could remember ni jerikani yenye nilikuwa nimebeba ilikuwa chini, and I can remember I was putting on a white skirt. The only thing I saw was stain of blood on my skirt, and I just started crying. Nikaenda nyumbani, my aunt who she was not that lady you could approach. Si ule mtu mwenye ungeenda umwambie auntie this and this has happened. Ni ule mtu mwenye aunge approach. So I just went kwa nyumba penye nilikuwa nalala, nikatoa skirt and I started crying. I was taken through the guideline of 1 line negative, the 2 line positive, and after the test, the results turned out to be positive, and that I felt like that was now the end of me at class 8, a very young girl, positive. And by that time I can remember I had like a week to my KCPE. Trust me that it was a difficult time for me. I did not share with anyone my status. When I went home for lunch, I did not even tell my brother, like I did test and the results are now to be positive.
Lolwe Tv, nyinga